SGC here, and I must make this video now. But did you know that in the internets and the interwebs, an explosion happened? The Batman was cast. First of all, I mean, like, before the casting, everyone knew that there was going to be a new Batman, because, I mean, Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale, I always mix them up for some reason, said that they're done with Batman, and that Christian Bale pretty much is, like, done, but that he got offered like $50 million to come back as Batman. But then everyone started talking about how Justice League, to have a Batman, they would need a new Batman because his vibe totally does not fit a Justice League Batman. So a new Batman came to be. So with an ending as such as Dark Knight Rises, we had Joseph Gordon-Levitt going in the cave, and some people might have thought that he would be the next Batman in Justice League, and it was sort of makes sense, because I mean, a new Batman sort of makes sense, like, so you're sort of continuing the Nolan world Batman, but not really. Like, I wouldn't have mind, because it would be like, whoa, that was some pretty smart connecting the dot. But anyway, let's get down to business. Ben Affleck was cast as the Batman. I think everyone's like freaking out because it's Ben Affleck, and really they, like, even myself, I was like, what? Ben Affleck? You know, the dude from Daredevil? From 2003, Daredevil, Ben Affleck is the Batman of like 2014 or 15? What the heck? But before everyone like rages and say that he's totally not the Batman, you have to realize that he did direct and star in The Town, Argo, so relatively he's a lot better than Daredevil Ben Affleck back in 2003. And I have to agree, The Town was awesome, he was great in it, I actually enjoyed him, and Argo was not as good as The Town, but still better than Daredevil. So, I mean, let's break it down as to how in the world is Ben Affleck like a reasonable cast. Well, he's cast, so there's no like, oh, it's a joke, guys. Or if it is a joke, that's just, wow. But really, when you really think about what Ben Affleck's been doing recently, his roles really do fit a Bruce Wayne. So that's what I'm getting behind. With this video, I'm totally supporting a Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne, but a Ben Affleck Batman per se, I can't really say much about that. So I'm just gonna stay, I'm curious, and I'm sort of anticipating the Batman to come back. I mean, like, I was totally sick of Christian Bale's, like, the entire 3 movies, because I that's not Batman. Like, that's not Batman. I know, anyway. But with this new, the Batman with Ben Affleck, I really hope that they can just really ramp up the real Bats here. Instead of just, oh, Batman has money and he can fight people with really weird, like style of fighting, using elbows all the time. Like, But anyway, Ben Affleck, I think he can totally pull off a Bruce Wayne. Because, I mean, he's played some characters that are just, like, it is Bruce Wayne. Like, he's dangerous, vulnerable, strong, smart, foolish. I wrote a script this time because I just needed it. But it's just like, Ben Affleck, like, realistically, I would say Ben Affleck could play as Batman. I mean, as Bruce Wayne. It's not that hard to play Bruce Wayne. And I think with him cast as Bruce Wayne here, it's good. But the Batman, I guess it's just we're wrapped up in the world of Nolan, that we're sort of like, whoa, you're casting Daredevil as Batman? What the hell is that? But really, 2003, it's been a decade ago. Like, people, let it go. Watch The Town, watch Argo, see how he's been, like, improving. And seriously, watch The Town. I really enjoyed The Town. It was a really bad English. Horrible English. It was a great film in a sense where the characters were written well, and the way that was filmed, it was enjoyable. And really, when you look up Daredevil, Ghost Rider was also directed by the director of Daredevil. So it's not like Ben Affleck was the reason Daredevil sucked. But yeah, it's like Ben Affleck, Bruce Wayne, thumbs up. Batman, I don't know. Like I said before, we're wrapped up in this world of Nolan Batman that is Batman nowadays, so that's just sucks. So if we don't get of Batman, what are people gonna say? I mean, I'm totally up for like a new Batman here. Like, sure, I was sort of bummed that they didn't try to tie in Nolan's world because it sort of could have worked. But then now with Man of Steel, like Henry Cavill is being Henry Cavill and Superman and everything, I do wonder, like, what's the plot gonna be? Are they gonna go through with the whole Dark Knight Returns, like Batman is actually 60, but Ben Affleck's a 41-year-old, so maybe not actually Dark Knight Returns, because I do hope they don't do that, because that pretty much kills like Batman for like the next trilogy or whatever. But really, I think having an actual famous person sort of will give us hope that famous people can have roles. Because, I mean, you would look at Marvel and go like, hey, Marvel's been doing this whole, like, let's cast unknown folks, so, like, it'll be a recipe for success. But really, like, is that, like, the rule? Like, I'm happy that if Ben Affleck does well, that means any, like, well-named dude can be the next Aquaman or the Flash, and it won't be awkward. Or, like, it won't be a quick cash grab for the franchise. Because, I mean, if we get another Flash with a big name, and Ben Affleck does well, it paves the road for future. Like, we don't need new people. Like, we can have new people in other movie roles, but not superheroes. Because, I mean, we have a justification as in, like, oh, What's-His-Face is playing What's-His-Face, so that means this movie is going to be okay. Like, if we get a no-name playing something else, we'll be like, oh, do I want to watch this Flash movie, or Aquaman, or Wonder Woman, or even Green Lantern? Ooh, let's not go there. But, I do hope that Ben Affleck, with his directorial mind, can have some say, maybe, to make the movie a little bit better. Because, I mean, Man of Steel was not that good. Like, it needs a work. And it's also, like, Man of Steel 2 is also produced by Nolan and Jonathan Nolan, so Christopher Nolan's brother. So it's gonna be, there's gonna be touches of their influences in the sequel as well. So hopefully, when we got 3 directors involved in the movie, that with the track record of Ben Affleck, I actually hope that he has more input to introduce to this new franchise that maybe spice things up. Because, I mean, DC, I don't know, DC, like, what you think makes a hero heroic. Because I'm confused with what you did with Man of Steel, and Batman is good in terms of comparing all that other movies before Batman. I mean, Batman and Robin, you can't really do that much to be worse than Batman and Robin. So it wasn't like a tall order to fulfill. So now that everyone is about Batman being I hope people can just, you know, look on the good side. We have a Batman cast, that means more things are going to be, more information will be talked about concerning this Man of Steel sequel, and I guess I'll just talk about more about how I feel about the entire casting of this really stacked cast now, when more information comes out in pertaining to the actual storyline of Man of Steel 2. Anyway, that is pretty much how I feel about Ben being the Bats. That is all.